2. Welcome to today's episode of Pulse of Wisdom. This is part 2 in the series, Watch Your Words. We did part 1 yesterday, and I encourage you to go to the links currently showing on your screens to catch up with part 1. But just in case you missed it, still stay tuned into part 2. You'll be mightily blessed. We're continuing the series, Watch Your Words. And today our first verse for today is Proverbs 18, verse 4. Proverbs 18, verse 4. Let's go there. In the Amplified, Proverbs 18, verse 4. Hallelujah. It says, the words of a discreet and wise man's mouth are like deep waters, plenteous and difficult to fathom. And the fountain of skillful and godly wisdom is like a gushing stream, sparkling, fresh, pure, and life-giving. Notice the words of a discreet and wise man's mouth are like deep waters. Plain and difficult to fathom. Hallelujah. The words of a wise man are like deep waters, plenteous and difficult to fathom. You can't find fault with them. And they are the fountain of what? Skillful and godly wisdom is like a gushing stream, sparkling, fresh, pure, and life-giving. Notice there, the words are like a deep waters, all right? Deep waters. And the fountain of skillful and godly wisdom is like a gushing stream. So you see now, the words that you speak, if you are wise, they're like deep waters. Deep waters are nice and fresh. Deep waters, deep waters will last. Deep waters are they don't vanish. Deep waters. Deep waters, I mean, when the wise man speaks, you wonder, they are plain and difficult to fathom, sometimes you can't understand. Where does this person get these words? They're from the deep waters, not the shallow waters. See, if you've got an oasis, there are various types of oasis. There is a shallow oasis and there's a deep oasis. So if you go in the desert, if you find where a shallow oasis is, there won't be much plants around there and not much activity because it will dry up quickly. But when there's a deep oasis, you'll find that the deep oasis never runs dry. Where the deep oasis is, there is always water supply, even though it is in the desert. Where there's a deep oasis, you'll find that there's always plants, there's always commercial activity, there's always life. There's always life. You find palm trees, you find there's thriving, there is commerce. Why? Because there's deep oasis in the desert. Now, the words of a wise, see the scripture again. The words of what? The words of what? Of a wise man. They're like deep waters. These are waters that are not what? Seasonal. You see? You get some seasonal rivers. They only flow during the rainy season. When it is finished, they are dry. No. The words of a wise man, they are like deep waters. They don't run dry. They don't run out. Hallelujah. And the fountain of skill and godly wisdom is like a gushing stream, sparkling, fresh, pure, and life-giving. Look at the switch now. From deep waters, right? And then the fountain. When you say there's a fountain there, what happens? The water will be flowing on top, all right? Coming out of the ground. Says, hang on. And the fountain of skillful and godly wisdom is like a gushing stream. So coming so soon after the verse, you see clearly, hang on. Wisdom comes out of the words of a wise man. Let's look at the same verse in the NIV Bible. You love it, in the NIV Bible. Proverbs 18, verse 4 in the NIV. It says, the words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. The words of the mouth are what? Deep waters. So the words of the mouth are deep waters. They last. You see? They last. So the words you speak, my brothers, understand this. If you speak to them, they last. The words of the mouth are deep waters. But the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. The fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. Now, the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. What happens? Flowing. Flowing. So if you've got wisdom coming out of your mouth, hallelujah, it will be like a rushing stream. Why say like a rushing stream? A rushing stream, what? When a stream is rushing, it moves in speed. It affects everything in its path. It makes everything in its path. It's felt by everything in its path. So the words of bring that back. Let's see. See again. But the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. The fountain of wisdom. Where is the wisdom coming from? The words you are speaking, my brother says. They're like a fountain of wisdom, and it's like a rushing stream. So you see the contrasting there that you've got there. Of the words of the mouth are what? Deep waters, lasting waters. The fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream, moving as well. They have impact. So deep waters, like I told you in the oasis, deep waters, they are there. They are there, they don't run out. A fountain of wisdom is the rushing stream. It keeps flowing. So you affect everything that's in your path. The words you speak have power to affect everything in your vicinity. For how long? They can last. Some people fail to make progress in life because some teachers spoke wrong words. Some teacher told some students when the class saying, you never make it in life. Maybe the student failed the test. Just said, you never make it in life. You are finished. You can't go beyond this test. You are useless. Or if some just write on a report, useless. The child never forgets. And those words spoken, even though the child was useless, but because the teacher said, you're useless, the teacher could not speak wisdom. The child is affected. See, my daddy many years ago used to be a headmaster, and those that worked under him as teachers, I met someone that told me, said, oh, your dad's amazing. One of the amazing things that he said, your dad, if a teacher ever wrote a report, a child's report, and said, child is useless, your dad would blast the teacher. He says, no, a teacher's responsibility is not only to teach the children, but to bring the best out of the children. And every child is made by God. So there's no useless child. So my dad would say, never use the word useless to describe a student's performance. Even if they got 0, never. You see, the words you speak, watch them. Very important. Let's go to another verse. Proverbs 18, verse 20. Proverbs 18, verse 20. Amplified. Proverbs 18, verse 20. A man's moral self shall be filled with the fruit of his mouth, and with the consequence of his words he must be satisfied, whether good or evil. Your moral self, the real you shall be filled with the fruit of your mouth. The way you turn out is consistent with what your mouth speaks. Your reputation that you're going to develop is consistent with what your mouth speaks. How you turn out is a consequence of your words. You see, it's a consequence of your words. And guess what? You speak the wrong words, you end up with evil. Speak the right words, end up with good. So how you turn out, whether good or evil, is a direct result of the words you are speaking. And you must be satisfied with what you are speaking. So if you are speaking words of evil, it means you love evil. So when you turn out evil, be satisfied, because that's what you are speaking. You are speaking evil. You wanted evil. You want to turn out good. Speak good, and you turn out good. Very important. So what words are you speaking? What is the end game of the words you speak? Good or evil? Watch your words, my brother. Watch your words. Watch your words. Don't be a fool. Let's go Proverbs 15, verse 2. Proverbs 15, verse 2. The tongue of the wise utters knowledge rightly, but the mouth of the self-confident fool pours out folly. I love this. Let's go to Proverbs 29, 11. Proverbs 29, 11. Proverbs 29, 11. A self-confident fool utters all his anger, but a wise man holds it back and steals it. Can you see? The words you speak can reveal that you are a fool. A wise man holds his anger back, and he controls it, and he stays calm. Watch your words, as they'll reveal the fool that's inside you. So that's why you must listen when people speak, because they might be revealing what's inside them. The Bible says, from the heart, from inside you, are the words you speak. Very important. Don't speak words that show that inside you're wrong. Feed yourself right stuff, you turn out right. A wise man holds it back, seals it anger. A fool releases all his anger. A fool utters all his anger. You know, some people, they say, no. May I speak things the way they are. You are a fool. You speak everything the way it is. Madness on the rampage. And the last one in this series, I love this one. Hallelujah. Proverbs 15:4. The scripture on the Proverbs 15:4. Proverbs 15, verse 4. Thank you. A gentle tongue with its healing power is a tree of life. But the willful contrariness in it breaks down the spirit. A gentle tongue. The words you speak, my brother or sister, can be a tree of life. They can bring healing. They can bring improvement. They can bring encouragement. But if you speak the wrong words, can break down the spirit of others. Speak the wrong words, you can bring discouragement. Speak the wrong words, you can bring death in other people's lives. Speak words that bring joy, healing, progress, peace, reconciliation, prosperity. Thank you for watching. God bless you.